and why she needed this to come out so soon. That it was just like, okay, she's up to something and it feels good, so I'm a be newsy. I ain't gonna say no, but I'm gonna see where she take me. We're gonna ride this out together. And ever since that, she literally is blowing up. 3 books, 6 months. She took my author coaching mastermind course. So all I'm gonna say is watch out, because I dropped a lot of gems and I can't say what's gonna happen. I apologize now for what she's about to do in the industry, or whatever industry she get ready to jump into next. Super proud of this girl. Super excited for where she's going. Really enjoying this. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Miss Kinyatta, welcome.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Welcome. We got to do a dance for the DC Baltimore area.
I know, right? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Perfect.
How are you? You know we should be in Atlanta right now.
I know. But you know what? This is the next best thing, and we're going to make it work. Apparently, it's been fantastic so far, so we're going to keep up that momentum.
Absolutely. I had to do my go-go dance. Girl, you got to do the water. Okay. So Kinyatta, I know I gave a brief introduction and our relationship, but tell everybody out there who don't know you, tell them about who you are, what you do.
Yes. Okay. So again, I am Kinyatta Gray, and as of 2019, I'm an author, and I also launched and own a business called Flights and Stilettos. And when I'm not working with those two entities, I am also a federal government employee, a high-ranking federal government employee. I've been with the federal government now in DC for 18 years. And so I am also a wife, a mother of 2 adult children, one of which who's on the call tonight. And I am a first-time grandma of an adorable 1-year-old.
Awesome. And you've been I'm with the federal government too, but you've been with the federal government 18 years.
18 years. Yes.
I'm trying to get to 15. Any words of encouragement?
Hang in there. That's it. That's all you can do. I mean, you have the best position ever in terms of being able to work in Tampa, telework most of the week. So you got it good. There's no reason you can't hang in there.
Well, yeah, that is true. I do permanently work from home. I don't never go any other. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, but okay. Whew. Well, I will be 11 years old May 10th. That's funny. Everything is on May 10th.
Wow.
But I will be 11 years old on May 10th.
Wow.
So I don't have much longer.
That's pretty significant, though.
Whatever. I'm trying to get because my goal was when I started with the government, I said, I'm gonna do my 20 and out.
Yes.
20 and out.
Yeah.
So now my whole mindset is I got 9 more years to go.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm hyper on my time. Like I got 9 and I'm retiring. And I'm gonna open up because my son Chris, he's in the military. He's in Hawaii, and he gave me a challenge. And I hate challenges because when people challenge me, I feel like I gotta over deliver.
Yeah.
But Chris told me that by the time he gets out the military in 3 years, that Penn Legacy needs to have a headquarters.
Wow.
That's the only way that he's going to allow me to retire in 9 years.
That's some serious expansion. When you have a headquarters, that's when you've made it.
Sure. I'm like you are your mother's child.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's left. Building. So next we'll be looking for a building. But it's funny because I already got 2 opportunities to put Penn Legacy headquarters in Atlanta.
Nice.
Y'all know how I feel about Atlanta.
Nice.
But
nice.
We're going to keep that in prayer. So anyway, enough about me, more about you. So how did you get on this journey of being an entrepreneur? Like, you're with the federal government. A lot of people like, oh, you have a job. Why are you an entrepreneur? Like, why did we start this?
Yeah, so, it was not planned out. It just happened. And Flights and Stilettos is totally based on my real life experiences traveling through the airport glamorously in stilettos, just showing up looking like I'm ready for the runway. And so one particular trip I went on, and the friends that I was traveling with wanted me to join their travel club. And so when I joined their travel club, the handle that I chose was Flights and Stilettos. And so when I told the friend about the handle, she was like, oh my God, that is so cute and catchy. You need to make t-shirts. So t-shirts turned into an actual trademark business, and here we are.
Nice. Okay, so that's interesting, because you said, you go through the airport in stilettos and okay. So what do you say to the person who doesn't mind going through the airport with Timbs and sweatpants on and a baseball cap?
Right. So the whole thing about Flights and Stilettos, it's about identifying your own personal travel style, and it's about putting your best self forward, right? So if your best self forward is some comfortable sneakers, a nice cardigan, a baseball cap, that's wonderful. What I'm trying to kind of encourage or create a movement where we no longer see men showing up to the airport like they're dressed to go to bed. And so that's one of the things that I just was like, when I would see that. You paid what, $300, $400, $500 for your ticket, but you're dressed like you're going to bed with bonnets, slippers, pajama clothes on. And I'm like, no, ladies, we need to put our best selves forward. So that's really what Flights and Stilettos is all about. And I know that the name Flights and Stilettos, it makes one think that they have to be super glammed up. No, Flights and Stilettos is just cute and catchy. When you hear that, you're like, what's that? It draws your attention. But it's totally about your own individual travel style.
So it's like women empowerment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I understand a lot. Is this connected to who you are, your personality? Because a lot of times when we create brands or merchandise, it literally is a reflection of us.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Because again, this is who I am. I am personally that one that travels to the airport in stilettos looking like a movie star. So that's where it all came from.
How do you do it? I have a baseball hat and sweatpants. Earbuds in, because I don't want nobody asking me for directions. I am evil in the airport. I am not the one. Don't ask me which gate to go. Don't ask me where Delta is.
No, see, and I'm the exact opposite. I like to strut and stroll. I think it's a great place to people watch. You see all types of fashion. I love watching people from the southern states. I love watching people from overseas. I love watching their travel style. It's very, very interesting to me. So,
but one of the things that I do take advantage of in my baseball cap and my sweatpants is I will pull out my book and read my book.
Absolutely.
With my picture on the cover.
Yes.
And sell books in the airport. I will do that.
Yes.
I ain't fashionable, but I will make some money in the airport waiting for airplane.
Well, Charron, that's now that you're speaking about that, I do the same thing, but I put my face on my luggage. And so that just heightens this mystique about who the hell is this girl traveling with her face on her luggage. So, I automatically kind of get treated in this certain manner because they're like, who is she? And so it's just, I get treated like I'm more important than what I really am. And so it's just hysterical. But that one thing just makes a difference.
When you get on the airplane, I want you to get off at your destination and call me and be like, Charron, I done made millions on the airplane.
Hello. Yes, not only is my face on my luggage, my websites are on my luggage.
Oh, see?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you do that.
And now that I'm an author, my book is on my luggage.
What's not on the luggage?
I have like 7 pieces.
Oh, wow. You got a luggage for occasion.
Exactly.
All right, there you go. Travel in style. Okay, so before we go forward, tell people how they can get their face and their book and their name and their website on their luggage.
Exactly. So you would just actually go to my website, flightsinstilettos.com. You click on the page that's called My Fly Bag. And the frequent question I always have is, how long is the process? How long does it take? This is not a 6 to 8 week process. You can order your suitcase tomorrow and you will have it by next Sunday. It's a very quick process. And I tell people that if you can upload a picture to Facebook or Instagram, you can easily customize your own suitcase.
There you go.
Charron has one for Slay Your Legacy.
Yes, I have a It don't take long at all. I uploaded my picture and I think it took about like 5 days.
Exactly. That's it. Yep.
And it was funny because when I got the luggage for Slay Your Legacy, I got the Slay Your Legacy luggage, I got the Slay Your Legacy book, I got the Slay Your Legacy t-shirt. Like, I just started putting Slay Your Legacy on it.
Now, see, you show up. See, the plan was we were supposed to show up in Atlanta with all of our suitcases. Yes.
I'm gonna behave and sit I'm gonna behave because I'm having a hard time the fact that I'm not in Atlanta right now and at our party that I had scheduled. Well, I'm just going to say.
And can I say hi to some of my friends I see? My son. Hi, Tiffany. I see Sandra. Hello, ladies. And Jamila, Kelly. Hi, ladies. Emily, thank you so much.
This girl's a celebrity. She like, hold on, before you go, can I say hello to my people? That's bossy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's bossy. No. I'm here to sip and serve. It's all about y'all tonight.
Thank you.
Charron's in the back, but Charron coming back out on Monday. But today it's all about you guys.
Thank you.
Tell us about, you're an author now.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
In 3 weeks. So let me just say, some people think, and I get a lot of questions of how long does it take to publish a book?
Right.
How long does it take to do, to write and do all of this? Okay, so Miss Kinyatta here has proven, because I'm going to speak on her because I have done it in a much shorter time, but this woman here has proven that you can literally publish a book in 3 weeks. So, how did we get here? How did we get to now author? You.
Charron, you made that possible. You made that possible. Yes. But as Charron knows, and Charron gave a little bit of the background, but I wanted to have my first book, 30 Days, published on a very significant date. It was the anniversary of my mother's passing. 30 Days is completely and totally dedicated to her. I had to have it done. And like Charron said, when I contacted her, that date that I wanted that book published was 3 weeks later. I got on a phone call. I had a phone call with Charron, went over the business. By the end of that phone call, Charron was like, I got your ISBN. It's going to be done. Yeah, Charron. So you are the reason why that book got published in 3 weeks.
It's your fault. You gave me the date. I'm gonna push this back. Stop it. You're making me feel like I'm bossy. You gave me the date. But okay, so we have the book. Tell us a little about that book and why it was so important.
Yes. So 30 Days is my very first book. And the reason why I wanted to write and release that book is because I wanted to honor my mother's legacy. And what I mean by that is my mother was a writer. She was a songwriter. She was a playwright. Before she passed away, she never got the opportunity to publish her work. She wanted to be a published author. So I figured I would go the rest of the way for her to honor her. And so the best way to do that was to work with Charron and publish my first book, 30 Days. And 30 Days is essentially about when I started after my mom passed. And it's about when I really started to reflect and think about how in the world we spent our last 30 days. I started to be petrified, like, oh my God, did I love her enough? Did she know I was, just there for her? And as I began to think about the last 30 days, I absolutely felt wonderful because I knew that I was following my inner voice and I had done exactly what my inner voice with the light, what you may call God, had told me to do. And so I felt at peace with how I spent the last 30 days with her. So that's why the book is called 30 Days. And it just really chronicles what I went through within those last 2 weeks of my time, with her on earth. And the irony is that, when I was listening to my inner voice or the light or the spirit or God, I did not know that those 30 days were going to be her last 30 days, but I was just following what I was, the messages and the spiritual connection that I had with her during that time. So that's what 30 days is about. And that's why it was imperative that I meeting Charron was completely and totally divine, because we actually have some of the same business connections that it was ridiculous. The person that she knew that I knew, it was like, why would, and so I just knew that it was divine that I met Charron, and that Charron can help me make that happen.
Now that's amazing that you say that. Not that I was divine, because our relationship is amazing. However, that your mother, you're living your mother's legacy.
Correct.
But and a lot of times, like I wake up sometimes and I talk to my mom or my dad or my friends, and I often ask them, like, if today was your last day, are you happy with your life? Because sometimes we take life,
yes,
or we push it off until tomorrow. We say, what, I'm gonna get to that.
Yes,
I'm gonna do that. And now is not the right time.
Yes,
I don't have the money today. I'm gonna wait.
Yes,
I'm not ready. We come up with all of this stuff.
Yes.
That stops us thinking that we have tomorrow to
yes.
get done, or we can
yes.
do it next year, or we can connect with, like, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to circle back around to that. But in this case, your mother had dreams of becoming a published author and a playwright, the two industries that are dear to my heart.
Yes.
But she never got to fulfill it. Like, speak on that. How is it as a daughter to now walk in her shoes because she, for whatever reason, wasn't able to see her own gifts?
Yes. Yes.
Come to fruition.
I feel like I made her proud. I feel like my mother is smiling down on me, and she's like, daughter, well done.
Yeah. Awesome. So now that we're in Mom's legacy, she's proud, she's happy. How have you turned her legacy now into yours?
So, I kind of like to connect it to like you remember the movie Forrest Gump, where Forrest Gump had, he started running, and I'm not sure why he was running, but he just kept running. And so for me, I wrote that one book, but I wasn't finished. I had some more stories that I needed to tell. I needed to get some more stuff out. And so that was the reason why I continue to write books that were very significant and that told stories. So when you really look at my books, including my chapter in Slay Your Legacy, those books tell parts of my life in order. And actually, the chapter in your book is the beginning of my life's story.
If you read all of the books in order, you pretty much get the puzzle of the pieces together.
Exactly.
There you go. So that means y'all got to get Slay Your Legacy first. You got to get this book first to understand the journey.
Yes.
You see, this is the intro. This is the beginning of the movie, okay?
Yes.
So we get the beginning of the movie, and then we get all the books and read them in order.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So you also, I have a lot of people who are doing co-author books in my family. I'm so proud of these authors. So you also, did a co-author book. Tell us about that.
Yes. So Passing It Straight, that was a very, very interesting book, because for so long in the workplace, I literally, again, everything that I do is based on my real life experiences, right? Because I feel that your life, that you can monetize your life. The next big thing that's going to happen is going to be something based on your life, right? And so Passing It Straight is essentially the story of how I functioned in the workplace. Okay. And when I say passing it straight is no privilege. Passing it straight is what people in the LGBT community do to avoid being ostracized, discriminated against, and even possibly killed in some cases. And so I was in a situation in all of my workplaces where I never disclosed anything about myself in terms of my family or my spouse or whatever you thought this outside was, I let you go with that. And so again, wanting to get things out and to keep writing, I decided, you know what, I will write a book about this. And I wanted to share that opportunity with 5 other women, because I'm not the only person that has that story. And I quite frankly didn't think anybody would want to read 300 pages about me. I wanted it to be a rich story from different people, different aspects, different ways, different reasons why they chose to pass that straight. And the book was very diverse, because I even had a young lady that was hearing impaired that was an author, a co-author, and her story was really strong, and she just felt that she had to pass it straight because she thought that being hearing impaired plus, bisexual was it just wasn't the best thing for her. So that is the reason why I decided to come up with this book, and then to actually share the book. And then I wanted to give other women that had ambitions on becoming an author a taste of what it was like to go through the process. They received some free coaching from Charron. They got some free coaching from Precious. And so they really left with tools that they could use to go ahead and author their own books in the future.
Awesome. I love when we get a platform and we're eager to give back, because you wasn't even 3 months after your book was released till you was like ready to start bringing people with you.
Yes.
Why was that so important for you?
You said, why was it so important to me? Because again, I was still in this mode of wanting to release, wanting to tell my truth, wanting to just get things out. Some things I withheld to protect my mother. Because my mother was Christian, and the normal Western Christian doctrines and stuff like that. And so a lot of the way that I lived my life was to honor and protect her. But now I was in a position where I could be a little more free and a little more open without embarrassing my mom.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then lastly, we have from section 8 to CEO. Child, that alone. What's that? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just talk about the title. How do we come to that?
Okay, again, based on my real life experience, I make no bones about it. At some point, as a single mom in my 20s, I absolutely was on Section 8. But I used it as a means to, as a bridge, not something that I thought that, I'm just going to use the system. I'm just going to be making all this money and paying $200 for, No, it was something that I used to get to where I am today. And so the book actually, it's a novel. So a lot of the stories and little drama that the main character Heather experiences is sort of fake, but then it got a little hint of truth to it. And so, but the theme of the book, from Section 8 to CEO, is about my rise from literally Section 8 to being a CEO.
Awesome. I remember when she came to me with that title, I was just like, okay, write the synopsis. She was like, no, you write the synopsis. I was like, no, you got this one.
Yes.
You on this one.
Yes.
No, you ain't getting spoiled today.
Exactly.
You about this one.
Exactly.
About it.
I was pouting too, Charron. I was like, no, she didn't.
And you wrote it too.
I did.
I was like, I just had to add a little couple tweaks to it, but I'm like, see, you can do anything you put your mind to, especially when it's your story.
It's true. It's true.
Your story. So you have the business, you have the books, we have Mom's Legacy. How are you juggling all of this? That's one of the things as an entrepreneur. How do I do it all and wear all the hats? Like when I tell people everything that I do, they're like, do you sleep?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, very well at night.
Yes.
But how do you, as an entrepreneur, like how do you juggle with, I want to do this, do I have time for this, how do I prioritize this, what should I do first? How did you get everything in a line so that this way it can all be released in order?
Right. So I'm very strategic, and I'm very good at planning and thinking ahead and strategizing. And so I knew, what I wanted to do in 2019. When 2019 was almost over, I knew what things I wanted to accomplish and how I wanted to hit them and when I wanted to hit them for 2018. And so that's how it goes. It just is all about proper planning, time management, and then understanding and being very strategic and knowing how to kind of execute those goals and having goals, setting goals, being able to team with the right people to help you get things accomplished, like you, like Pilar, all of the people that I brought into my circle to help me accomplish this goal that started with a strategic vision.
Now, you speak about a strategic vision. Like, what does that look like? Because some people think I need to do a vision board. Some people think I need to do sticky notes. Some people think I just need to do it based on what my mind tells me at that moment. Like, what does that look like for you?
Right. So first of all, I am a big advocate of vision boards because I do believe that when you when you lay out what you want to do, that there is some truth that it can manifest and, come into fruition. But it really is about me thinking, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish this year, and writing those top 3 things out, and then how I'm going to implement them, and coming up with a serious timeline, goals, milestones, and what are my resources? Who are the people that I'm going to work with that are going to help me get this done? And so it really is about coming up with a plan.
Okay. Now you came up with the plan. You had your playbook in order. You knew exactly what you wanted to do, your deadlines, when the books was going to come out. Now that everything is executed, what are you doing to make sure that you're stabilizing yourself in the industry?
Right.
Legacy don't do no one-hit wonder.
Exactly. So no, exactly. So one of the things that I learned in your coaching program that is going to be a big target for me this year is all about the bundling, right? And so we know that beach time. We know that beach towels and books go hand in hand. So this year, and I have my own line of beach towels. They're called the Glam Girl Beach Towels. So one of the beach towels that I launched this year, they will be in June, is called Author Bay. And it's a beach towel with a beautiful, woman of color on the beach reading a book. And so my plan this year is to really push that beach towel and any one of my books as a bundle this year. And I feel like it's going to be a success because if we ever get out of this COVID situation, just like you said, Charron, everybody on the airport reads a book. And this year I'm going to be pushing, yes, and you need your Glam Girl beach towel, honey. You can't just show up with a white beach towel thinking you just fabulous. So that's kind of like my top priority this year, to really focus on bundling. And what else can I bundle? I mean, obviously I'm bundling the 3 books. You can get them all together, and actually they can order the Slay Your Legacy too if you really want to know from the beginning. So yeah, so that's my focus this year, and that's as a result of the coaching that I received from you.
Since you bringing up the coaching, that's one of the things that when I was in talking to Ontario Kim Wilson, was making sure that you learn the industry. Mm-hmm. Don't just jump into the industry and say, hey, I want to become an author, so I'm an author, and that's it.
Right.
For you, I mean, you became an author, and then you was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to learn. Why was it important for you, or not really why, but now that you know, what would you as an author, done differently?
Yeah, so one of the most significant things that I learned through the coaching that I wish I would have done differently is understanding I learned the marketing aspect and how critical marketing that book is. So in my case, I wrote a book and I marketed it afterward because I didn't know about that because I hadn't gone to coaching. But now with having gone through coaching and then coming out with Section 8, the CEO, you guys saw flyers, 6 months ago before the book came out. And so, those are the kind of things that are valuable that you just don't know unless you go to some type of coaching or, you have a mentor or something like that. And that's just one thing. There were a lot of, just nuggets of information that I took away from you, Charron, that I think that had I known before, I would have definitely had some tremendous success. But having said that, my second book, Passing It Straight, did technically hit some type of a bestseller status. I got the receipts, as Charron, no, I got the receipts. So, so that was the difference, having gone through coaching and started the coaching during that time. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what are 5 things that you can say are very important when it comes to slaying your legacy?
Yeah. So, when you think about slaying your legacy, it's all about what you're doing now to impact others so that when you're gone, that impact is felt well beyond, when you're no longer here. So definitely think about, in what ways can you motivate people, and what are you doing that's inspiring others? Okay. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Right. And then just being passionate and honest and true about what it is that you're doing, and then do it. Mm-hmm. Do it. That's it.
And that right there is it, because a lot of people, we sit on it when it's just like, you know what, just execute it.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
See what it is that you need, strategize the plan, and get it done, because I guarantee you it's much easier than what you think.
Exactly.
Sometimes we create this big process, or we think it's going to be this big thing that's going to cost all this major money, and we tell ourselves, and by the time you get done, you're like, that was it.
Exactly.
It's actually like you're in the process. Like, I thought it was going to be more.
Exactly.
You cheat out of something, it's like, no. That's it.
Yep.
So you definitely want to execute. There are some powerhouses on this call. Yes, honey. And it's very important that you said, know your why. Because Kim spoke on that earlier. For you, what was your why?
My why.
What is still your why?
Say it again.
That's it. And what is still your why? What was your why, and what is still your why?
Right. So my initial why was to honor my mother's legacy. And at this point, I have, as a result of, October 2018, my mind has gone through a shift, right? I wasn't thinking about no legacy. I didn't care about no legacy. But now it's all about, how am I going to spend the rest of this time in this body, impacting others, making a difference, being the change that I want to see. That is my why. I cannot function in any other way unless it is significant and impactful and helpful for someone else.
Amazing. So I'm going to ask you the question that I normally ask a lot of other people when it comes to this 30 days.
Yes.
If today was your last day on earth, are you pleased?
Absolutely. Yes, I am.
And that is how you slay your legacy, honey.
Yes.
Proud and happy.
That's right, Charron.
How they can get in touch with you.
Yes, so I am on all social media at Flights and Stilettos, at Kinyatta Gray, the author, and my author website is kinyattagray.com, and my business website is flightsandstilettos.com.
Awesome. Now, before we go with Kinyatta, does anybody have any questions, comments for her? Floor is open. Just unmute yourself and let her hear your voice. Oh, people are clapping. Aww.
Thank you.
I just want to say that I met you on Facebook. through Pen Legacy and
Let's
Slam.
make everybody cry again, Kim.
Oh.
No.
No. Hey, bitch, okay, go ahead. Lord, where's the tissue?
Wait, everybody took a sip. I'm just
Yes.
I just want to say, like, your energy is bananas.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love your energy.
Thank
And
you.
it's easy to see how you are able to captivate people with your message, and just keep doing what you're doing because the world needs to hear you.
Thank you
The
so
world needs to hear
much.
you.
Thank you.
And a lot of people need examples
Yes.
of how to navigate. And that's what we're all doing. We're just providing, books and resources
Yes.
for people to help them navigate through this life.
Thank you so much. I respect you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Damn.
Yes.
Anybody else have anything they want to say? Just unmute yourself.
Kinyatta. I don't know if you can you hear me?
Hi, Dr. Jamila.
Hey, Ladybug. Awesome job. You do have a spirit that is forced to be reckoned with. You are encouraging. You continue to carry that energy from day one. So I definitely appreciate you. I know that without you, I wouldn't have published my book. So I have to say that sometimes people do things and they keep it to themselves. And I have to say, she does not. You do not. You share that energy, and I think that's important, most especially in our community. Some people just kind of have a tendency to keep it all in, and they're gonna, keep that knowledge to themselves. But you manage to say, hey, look, hey, here, this is what's going on, and what do you think?
Yes.
And even when I kind of push back, like, wait, I don't have time for this right now. You just continue to push in a way that was a little harder than what I expected, but it worked, and what you're doing continues to work, and it's beautiful. You look great, and I'm so proud of you and happy for you.
Thank you, Dr. Jamila. I'm so happy to see you on here. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else? We can take one more. Or does anybody want to say anything to any of our amazing co-authors and authors? Because all of them are authors. Let's not forget that time too. They all have, receipts.
Okay.
But anybody want to say anything to anybody, whether it's Kiwana, Kim, or Kinyatta?
I want to say something to Kiwana.
Okay.
I am Kiwana's mom. What happened? What I do, y'all?
Nothing. Did you hear me?
I'm Kiwana's mom, and I am so proud of her.
Yes.
She even encouraging me by watching her, listening to her, let her light shine, and it's just a blessing. And I just keep saying that this is part of my seed.
Yeah.
So God is going to reward me as well.
That's right.
And Charron, I thank you for taking her up under your wings. Kinyatta, congratulations to you. It was a pleasure meeting you at the last function with another person.
Likewise.
And it's for you as well.
Thank you.
And Kim, I'm looking forward to meeting you and you putting my daughter up under your wings as well. Charron, that ocean get together, I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations to all the ladies. And I'm
what's coming. What's coming. We all going to need this little retreat on the ocean soon. What's coming soon. And Florida's opening up on Monday, so I may try to restart that. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Awesome. So before we go, Kim, Kinyatta, and Kiwana, can you please again just let everybody know where they can reach you, how they can support you before we close this out?
Sure.
Ontario Kim Wilson. That is my handle on all social media platforms for branding purposes. Try to keep it consistent.
Y'all are so bougie.
Right.
I swear.
Right.
Your fault. Yeah, so website, it was supposed to be up today, but there was a glitch. But it's going to be OntariaWilsonLLC.com.
Oh, she going legal with the website. This is business.
It's going to be the umbrella for everything that I do. So
The enterprise.
So that is me.
Awesome, Kinyatta.
On my author page is www.KinyattaE.com.
Can you type it in the chat?
Type it in the chat, because your audio is breaking you ungodly.
And
Type it in the chat.
you hear me?
I can hear you, but your audio is real distorted. There you go. Just put it in the chat. I don't want nobody to miss anything. Got it? Awesome. So you can reach Kinyatta there. And Kinyatta, give us your handles again.
Yes. Can I just say I'm so honored and grateful to be on the platform with Ontaria and Kinyatta, both powerhouses. Charron, I want to say thank you, my darling, so much for including me and allowing me to be a part of something so monumentous and significant in your life. That's now part of my legacy. So thank you. So again, my website is kinyattagray.com. Second website is flightsandstiletto.com. At Flights and Stilettos is my Instagram handle, and Kinyatta Gray, the author, is my Instagram handle for my author page. So thank you very much. I'm very honored. Thank you.
My hand is up. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so
Let me get my tea.
yeah, let's sip some tea. I just want to say that I've watched you before I became an author. You've been a great example of what it is to be a woman in business, doing business in excellence. You make it easy for people to want to come up under your wing.
Yep.
Because of the example that you set.
Yep.
We all think of legacy in different ways.
Yeah.
But when you coined your company, you set it up for your son.
Yes.
Your sons.
Yes.
But what you've also done is you set it up for us.
Yes.
And you've allowed us to be a part of your legacy. I just thank you for being obedient. I thank you for being nurturing to us. I thank you for being...
That's a good way of saying it.
For being the mentor, for, slaying when you have to slay. I know it's difficult to deal with so many people with so many different temperaments, so many visions, so much power in one place. And God has selected you to be the person to walk us through. And I appreciate you so much for what you have done for me.
Oh.
There she goes. I'm sipping.
Oh no.
Because I was that person who because I just loved doing what I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't putting business first. Mm-hmm. And you taught me to put business first. This is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I was pissed off that I wasn't going to be able to be in Atlanta. Because I was not here today.
Me too.
But I just thank God for allowing us to be able to all be in one place at one time. And to feel like I read through the book. And when I read it, I was
powerful.
So much power in this book.
That book. And I'm happy I turned it into a hardback because it speaks the volumes of what's inside of it.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. But it's something when you get to hear from each person.
Right.
And the power that's unpacked, and there's so much that's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to see what each person is going to do on their own. Like, I'm following all of y'all. And y'all can't get rid of me now.
Ditto.
I love you, Charron, and thank you.
Love you too. And I appreciate all of the kind words. No, it is definitely not easy for what I do and how I push you guys. I want to quit every day still. I've been in business like, it's going on 12 years, and every day I'm like, forget it, I'm done. But it's something, not just about the legacy. Because I always tell people, Pen Legacy, I created Pen Legacy in a very dark place, but I named it Pen Legacy because of who I am. My pen is my legacy. When I leave, my work will never die. It's almost like them timeless hits from the 50s and 40s and 60s and 70s that we still listen to, whether the artist is here or not. I'm that legacy. I am the legacy that, I am the story that I want to leave. I am the person that I want people to continue to talk about years and years. I want my great grandchildren to know that their great grandmother was something phenomenal.
That's right, Charron.
So it really was just, that's how it started. But as it grew, it became into something that I wanted to offer people that wasn't offered to me. When I joined this industry as an author 27 years ago, I joined by myself. I learned the hard way. I learned the broke way. I learned with no coaches, no mentors. Back then, you sunk or swim. Just like Dr. Jamelia said, it's like people held it in when I started. There was no sharing information. There was no, hey, let me give you the playbook on how to become an author or how to become a business person. And my educational background is in law. So I had the law, I had the business, I had that stuff in play, but it was like, okay, so I know how to make it happen, but what do I have to do? So when the business started evolving and started expanding, it was, okay, let me become the vessel that I didn't have.
Right.
Let me make it easier for people so they don't have to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars before they get it right.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what keeps me here. I'm not going to necessarily say that that's my legacy, because at the end of the day, my legacy is my boys.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I do is in honor of them and dedicated to them, because I put them always before me.
Yes.
But while I'm here, my whole goal is, once I recognize my why and my gift, and actually trusting in God, because really, if you really know me, you know Charron is an introvert. I have my headphones on. I don't talk to people. This person is really not who I am. But for some reason, God continues to mold this person so I can continue to do what he has called me to do. And since I know being obedient continues blessings, I guess I'm gonna be on this journey for quite a while. So definitely I am honored, I am grateful. I have to thank Kinyatta for even saying, once I canceled it, we need to do something, it can't die. And thanks to Tony for saying, I got you.
Yes.
Because I had to cancel it. I took it all the way to the end. I did not want to cancel. Like, we had a sold out event in a like, who does that? Like, who sells out in a city that they're not from? Like, oh my God, I'm just thinking about it makes me cry. But if for some odd reason, God wanted this to be on this platform so we can touch more people.
Yeah.
Even though we had everybody that was coming to our event in Atlanta that was supposed to happen today was flying in. That right there speaks volumes on what we're doing, not just as a company and not just as authors, but people honestly and truly believe in who we are and the whole purpose behind Slay Your Legacy. This is more than just a book.
Right.
I tell people that all the time. If you really have a book that's going to change your life, it's worth the investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally worth the investment. And even though I know all of these ladies personally, I maybe not have met everyone, but as much as I talk to them, I can definitely tell you some things about them. but being able to like read their stories or read stuff I never knew, or read how the journey got started, or read how they're even setting their lives up and their inheritance up and their legacy and their wealth. It's like, wow. All of this from becoming an author, or all of this from becoming an entrepreneur, or all of this from losing someone or something. Like, it's power in crisis.
It's
But
true.
it's also a blessing in it too. So definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I did all of that without crying. Go girl. Girl bad. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am so happy that you are here. To my fabulous triple threes, to my trouble threes, my troublemakers, Kim, Kinyatta, Kiana, I salute you. I am so proud of you. I can't wait to see what's next. Literally, because you know my brain is forever moving. My brain is always moving. So by the night, y'all may get some more text messages like, what do you think about this? You should do this too. Because I don't never believe in a one and done, even though some people be like, I'm finished. Like Kinyatta told me, oh, I'm done. I don't have any more stories to tell. My 3 books is finished. I'm out. I'm like, yeah, right. You're not done yet. So definitely, I salute you guys. I can't wait to see what's next. Tomorrow is our last night, day 3. And we have 3 more powerhouses coming. We have Talene Campbell, Tanisha Boswell, and Andrell Harris. So definitely tomorrow is going to be just as exciting, just as fun. And our farewell to this weekend, but definitely the beginning of this Slayer legacy journey. What's to come with these co-authors. Please make sure you stay connected to them. Because if they hang with me, they may be on somebody's red carpet by December. I'm just telling you. You never know. You never know. So please stay connected to them. And I will see you all guys soon. If you want to follow me, my name is Charron Monaye on Facebook. My name is also I am Charron Monaye on Instagram, or you can check out my website, penlegacy.com or charronmonaye.com. So until next time, please be safe. Be healthy. I don't care if you stay open, stay inside. Okay? See you guys soon. Have an amazing night. Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.